Sharad Pawar, who's a key component of the government in Maharashtra, it seems is firmly committed to his alliance with the Congress and the Shiv Sena, and a series of recent meetings that he has held does not indicate any kind of reconsideration on his part. Well, Sharad Pawar spoke exclusively with NDTV's Srinivasan Jain, who joins us at this point with more details. Srinivasan, what are we hearing from Mr. Pawar? He's met with the governor. How does he explain that meeting? Amid all these rumors of rumblings in the Maharashtra government, potential political instability, what is Mr. Pawar saying?
So I had a chance to speak to Mr. Pawar at some length just a short while ago, and he was at pains to point out that none of these meetings actually amount to very much. He said that his meeting with the governor was simply a courtesy call. He said that the meeting was actually initiated by the governor himself. He said that the governor had not had a chance to meet Mr. Pawar since he, the governor, became the governor of Maharashtra. He said that he knew the governor when he was chief minister from those days. And so they had a kind of earlier relationship, but there was no possibility of meeting since the governor took charge. So he said the meeting was just a courtesy call. He said that he and Praful Patel, who's his associate in the NCP, went across to Raj Bhavan for a cup of tea. I asked him whether they discussed anything to do with the current situation of COVID in Maharashtra or the politics. He denied that. He said no such thing came up in the course of that meeting. He also said that the meeting with Uddhav Thackeray, which took place yesterday at Matoshri, Mr. Thackeray's residence, was also routine. Mr. Pawar claimed that Mr. Thackeray and he are quite regularly in touch. They talk on the phone. He says that they also meet from time to time at the mayor of Mumbai's residence, which is now currently not in use. But yesterday they chose to meet in Matoshri. Mr. Pawar said that he's been to Matoshri several times when late Bala Saheb Thackeray, Uddhav Thackeray's father, was alive. And he hadn't been back since the funeral of late Bala Saheb Thackeray. So he suggested to Uddhav that he'll come across to Matoshri. And he says they met, they reviewed the situation as far as COVID is concerned. They looked at what was happening in the districts. But again, Mr. Pawar said it was not to be read into the meeting anything untoward or that there was indication of any kind of rift. I asked him point blank about the fact that is there a threat to his government? The BJP is seeming to be on the offensive. He said, well, look, I understand Devendra Fadnavis' position. He is somewhat impatient, but he insisted that the coalition is very much together. He said that the MLAs of all three parties, NCP, Shiv Sena, and the Congress are very much together. He said that if any attempt is made to try and create a rift at this time, the people will beat us. This is the language he used. He said the people will beat us if any such attempt is made. Mr. Pawar was also at pains to point out, because remember that the meeting was between him and Uddhav Thackeray. The Congress, which is the third member of the coalition, was not present. Mr. Pawar was keen to point out that despite that, there is no rift within the coalition. He says that all three parties are together and that they're united in fighting the coronavirus, and that's their main focus. So these were all reassurances by Mr. Pawar. But at the same time, of course, we know that the BJP is stepping up its offensive. We know that the BJP leader has met the governor to demand president's rule. We're seeing the very sharp and pointed remarks being made by the union railways minister against Maharashtra, saying the administration has broken down. So all of that is continuing. But from, in a sense, the patriarch of this coalition, Sharad Pawar, at least there appears to be an attempt to send a signal that all is well.